Alright, welcome to another game. Let me get right into it. So, I'm not a theist. At the time, right now, I'm 93rd overall, 1548 elo. And I'm going up against Oceolocuahutil, who's a Mexican player. And he is 95th overall, 1547 elo. We're playing on Karsts, which is kind of a newer map for me. I really like it, actually. I'm playing as the Britons, and he is playing as the Sicilians. The Britons have good archers, and Sicilians very often do a fast dungeon rush. So, I'm just going to get this started here. Now, we met on the ladder. This was a ladder game. I've played him before. He usually beats me. So seeing his name is always kind of like, oh, okay, here we go. Lock it in, you know. We're both doing, getting sheep. The Britons gather sheep faster, which is a nice bonus. I usually do 7 on sheep in the beginning, but with Britons I started doing just 6. Now, we're both, top 100 on Xbox, but we've both been in the top 50, roughly. Around 16. My max is 1616. His max is 1619. I looked at a lot of his civs. So he plays Tatars more than anything, and then Bohemians, then Dravidians. I think Dravidians he uses for water maps mostly. Maybe Nomad, things like that. And I think Bohemians he has a 70% win percentage, which makes me think maybe he does a lot of fast castle into Hussite wagons. Which is, it's been nerfed a little bit. It's not as strong as it used to be, but it's definitely something pretty powerful. So, where's this guy going? Oh, he's building a house, trying to wall the side of his house. So, Karsts, for those who haven't played it, has all these little mountainy, rock areas, right? And they all have stone and gold around them. Let's see. Some of them have, looks like they have 4. So 2 stone. No, this one has more. 2 stone. This one has 4 gold, 3 stone. This one has 3 gold, 2 stone. And they're kind of scattered all around the map. I think Britons are one of my favorite civs for this map after playing this game. Simply because they have cheap town centers. And these areas are... 2 things. First of all, the stone and the gold are all pretty far apart, right? So if you build let's say you build a lumber or mining camp here, and you want to get the stone over there, or you build one here, and they have to walk from here to here to here to here to here. Or if you build a town center, it's all, the edges of the town center are a little close to all the mining. So that's pretty nice. We're both matching each other, 15 vills apiece. He's got a couple idle ones. Let's see what he's doing over here. Where's she? Oh, okay. So he built a mill way over in the corner. There's a bunch of deer there. I didn't know that. Hang on. Let's see if they're in my corner, too. Yep, they're in my corner. They're being protected by this wolf, or maybe they're being eaten by the wolf. I don't know. There's also a relic in this corner. It looks like every corner has that. Yeah, every corner seems to have a bunch of deer. So he knows that on this map. I didn't know that. If you, I don't explore a lot. I don't explore enough, I should say. I don't prepare enough. But I do know about these. And I do know that they're hard to protect if you don't have town centers on them. So Britons, I think, are a good choice here. Also, I was trying a new build that I was sent over by Darth Masala, where it's a 1 archery range archer production. The goal is to get about 10 or more archers in Feudal Age, and then go up to Castle Age. I usually am a bozo, and I usually like to build as much military as possible in Feudal Age, and then just whenever it happens, I go to Castle Age. But I do notice that when I go 2 archery ranges with an archer civ, it kind of definitely sets me back because I get too aggressive. And I kind of like this 1 archer build a lot because I can still maximize the archers, but I don't have to worry about it. So I'm on the way up to Feudal Age right now. I assume he's on the way up as well. Nothing too unique, except I don't know what is up. This is a dark masala move. Just what is this? You got one lumber camp with 4 on it, right? Why not put 2 on this tree, 2 on this tree, right? So much more efficient. Look at this guy. Look at how far he's got to walk. And then he's going to get stuck sometimes because these guys are bumping into him. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Now, he's Sicilian, so Sicilians build faster. So Sicilians like to do the donjon rush, which usually if they do it in feudal, and they try to get to Castle Age while they have the donjons and the sergeants. So that's something that I'm certainly aware of. That is a possibility. I consider it kind of likely in all actuality. There's also deer here and boar over here too. So there's a lot of a lot more hunt than I would have thought. So something to consider. Really cool map. I really like this map a lot. I just think there's a lot of possibilities for interesting games, interesting things. Now looking at the mini map, he has 5 villagers coming over. When I do a tower rush, I usually send 4 villagers. So 5 is one more than I would send, but certainly, worthwhile. Now I don't see this. I would think with Sicilians, because they build faster, probably wouldn't need as many villagers to do it. So this is my view. So I don't see what he's doing at all. I did scout his base. I did a nice figure 8. So he's building his donjon. Usually build a donjon and then immediately make sergeants. That's what I assume. I'm already pumping out some archers. So my timing was pretty good on this. I believe he kills my scout at some point, but maybe not actually. Alright, so he built 1 donjon and then he starts taking my stone. I send my archers forward, trying to get an attack in. But now I see this, so I'm kind of second guessing what I should be doing. But I am pumping out the archers though, so that's good. I do have a blacksmith on the back of this, so I'll get fletching. He has 2 sergeants made out of the donjons, 3 sergeants made out of the donjons. He attacks my archer here, which I was going to go forward and attack him. So, for better or worse, if he had let me go, he could have probably, been uncontested over here. But I had to come back because I definitely knew what he was doing. So I know he's going to try to build another donjon, right? So I'd like to deny this if I can. Now, sergeants are tough. Sergeants have 2 pierce armor and 50 health, 50 HP. But we have 1 sergeant down. We have 2 sergeants down, and then I come out from the villagers to attack this. The thing about this rush is you can't just let it snowball. If you let him just build 1 donjon, then another, then another, then another, and try to just move, it can be really difficult. So he wasted all that stone, wasted all that wood. He's mining more stone over here. I can just barely see these villagers, I think, in my line of sight. So, nice thing about the archers, though, to defend this as opposed to, just say scouts, is that he can build it inside the circle that he has, but I can still range his units. Now let's see. On the back end of this, I'm up 1 villager, so villager production pretty close, but he does have 4 villagers that he moved forward. Like my accidental skirmisher. I always enjoy doing that. I think he wants to build another donjon, obviously, but I don't think he knows the best spot to do it. I mean, he should know that my villagers are here chopping wood. Let me go to his fog of war. So we go to his fog of war. Yeah, he sees my lumber camp there, so he knows what is going on. Now he's sending his villagers over here, over the house. I'm still up 1 vill, so nothing crazy. We're both keeping up the vill production on the back end of all this. My score is running higher though. My economy I think is a little bit better. I think it's mostly just the forward villagers. He's walling up the front of his base. Interesting, built all his farms on the back. It's more efficient to build them around, but I think it's one of the safety of them on the back maybe. It's interesting. And then he starts building skirmishers. Skirmishers obviously counter archers, so I am, I can take a small fight, but I can't take, a big fight against. I can't take a big fight against skirmishers. But I haven't gone forward though, so even though his donjon hasn't gotten a lot of damage, I usually like to go forward and try to get some villager kills. I have a second, so I usually build 1 and 2 lumber camps. I have a second one in the back, so I just move my villagers to the back. I'm not too concerned about this. I don't know why she decided to go that way, but this is funny. So she is bait while the sergeants are chasing her. There's no skirmishers to protect the sergeants from the archers, and the archers are able to get some sergeant kills. And it took Oceolocuahutil, great name. I believe that's the native Aztec language. Oceolocuahutil is a jaguar. And they're jaguar warriors, obviously. Like for the Aztec Civ, right? And that was what they actually called them. So I don't know if that is related to jaguar at all, but it's a cool name either way. I feel like Hootli is sounds like a suffix that might be used on a lot of different words. Like Samson or something, like the son, like son of Sam. Alright, so I built a tower here because I expect another donjon coming. Now let's see how fast these Sicilians build.
Ready.
Now how does a regular tower compare to a donjon? So donjons have 1250 health, they have 8 range, and 5 attack. These have 850 health, they have 8 range, and they have 5 attack. So attack and health is the same. Now you can obviously garrison, you can get more damage out of it. So I'm getting 3 extra damage from having my archers in there. And he doesn't have his garrison at all. Okay, interesting. So even though he has more HP, I garrison and he didn't. So that's why I'm doing more damage to him than he's doing to me. He's already at less health. His donjon's at less health in this tower. That's interesting. That's actually good to know. Of course, Britons also get a castle tech that gives them extra range on towers and on their archers, but I'm not in Castle Age. Well, I'm in Castle Age, but I don't have a castle up. So I'm researching crossbows. I'm in castle. He's still in feudal, so I got here just a little bit earlier. He's 2 vills up on me. And he is 5 army up on me. So I'm mixing in a stable. I find stables, when he's going full skirms, stables kind of just counter that really, really hard. It's tough. It's tough for him to do anything with the skirms when I have scouts or knights, but scouts is usually all you need. I'm getting the blacksmith upgrade. That's a bodkin arrow. So I learned with the Britons, once you get bodkin arrow, you actually outrange a TC, which is crazy. So I have 8 range, and a TC has 7 range. Let's see what his TC has. His TC has 6 range. So I can sit back 2 tiles and still range his town center if I wanted to. Which you don't, do much damage with archers to a town center, but the villagers can't work around it. You can just stand around it and shoot the villagers. But I haven't been able to go forward at all. I'm just worried about just more and more pressure up front. So I don't want to take too many of my archers away from here. I do have a nice, like this wall right here of buildings is nice because it protects my gold. And it also just makes it so it's just difficult to walk here. I mean, he could kind of sit in front and walk. And then I made 4 scouts, so that just pushes back anything he wanted to do with the skirmishers. It pushes that back. And he doesn't have very many sergeants out there. I only see 2. The rest is just full skirmishers. Sometimes with Britons, what I'll do, I'm House, of course. Sometimes with Britons, what I'll do is I'll go into infantry. Just because they go so heavy into skirmishers that if you come out with 2-handed swordsmen or champions eventually, 1-handed swordsmen, whatever, they just shred apart these skirmishers. So my watchtower did shoot down his donjon. I still have 800 health. I don't think I ever repaired it. I do remember him repairing that too. So that's just the extra villagers in there. Of course, I have 4. I think they're archers though. They're not villagers. Alright, now he's building a stable. He still has the 2 archery ranges. Let's check out his base back at home. Nothing too crazy. He did wall the frontier, but he didn't wall this section. He could have made a wall from here to here. I think he just wasn't thinking about it. And he walled this whole side. This whole side's walled. Now I have crossbows on the back with the extra range. So his skirmishers, they have 7 range. My crossbows have 8 range. So even though they do the bonus damage, if I can control the crossbows well, I can get the attacks in and get him out of there. Now he's going to siege workshop. He has the stable, 2 archery ranges, all forward, all in front. He not entirely, but he sort of, backed off the donjon play. But he is taking my main stone in the front here. So I get another TC. This is what I was talking about earlier. I get another TC right on this little rocky mountain area. And I'm building another archery range. It's only my 2nd archery range, so I have another TC over here. So the Britain cheap TCs are nice. On his side, he has just the 1 TC there, and that's it. He's still on 1 TC. The cheap Britain TCs, that's basically the cost of 1 TC is building 2 of them. I needed this castle badly. I actually bought the stone for this. He's got a mangonel coming out. I saw all his buildings in the front here, so I said, you know what? If I can get 1 castle up, it'll take out all this area. Look at my base back. I don't have a lot of military. I have 9 military, mostly all crossbows and scouts. Actually, I think I have some scouts. Not sure where they are. But I do have the villager lead handily now. I'm up 8 villagers on now. This is not the kind of trade you want to take against skirmishers. But he does kind of trespass a little too much. But he sees his town center and he is putting up a donjon.
Mandatum?
Don't know where my scouts went. I know I had scouts at one point. And I was just building a house. I thought that was a donjon. I like the weird spot for a donjon. Doesn't really protect anything. I'm on 3 town centers. doing an okay job keeping production up. I wouldn't say I'm doing a great job, but I am very quickly at 67 villagers to his 51. That's the power of the Britain town centers. He's added a second town center finally back here. The problem I think he's facing, if you say it's a problem, is all of his units, the sergeants and the skirmishers, they cost wood. Now this, I saw this donjon, I saw the mangonel. I don't know if this was the smartest castle. I really wanted to protect this area because same thing here. This castle kind of neutralizes these buildings. This castle could neutralize any pressure he's putting over here. But there is a lot of pressure. I don't have the military to defend this. So let's see what happens. But yeah, Mangonel's attacking villagers. He's got like 5 villager kills right there. And the only reason wow, that Mangonel is doing work. It is doing work, but it's very weak and it has to back off. The extra range on these crossbows, these are longbows actually.
Yay.
Longbows have insane range. They have 8 range right here. Wait a second, crossbow has 8 range. Longbow has 8 range, alright. So, the castle here, I had so many town centers, I felt pretty good. I had the score lead too, so I felt pretty good that I had the I don't want to say I could throw away villagers, but I felt like if I got this castle up, it would allow me to do whatever I wanted behind it. So I really wanted to force this castle up. And it's at 89%. He backs off. I'm going to get it up. Beautiful. That'll take out that donjon. That'll stop any mangonels pushing the front of my base. I like these extremely inefficient villagers. But this game was pretty nuts, though. It's tough to kind of pay attention to everything. I don't know why they ended up over here when they could have been... I guess they're getting stone. I put them on stone. And the stone ran out over here, so they went to the closest stone that they could see, which is over there. Now he's got some production going on this side. He's got his mangonel still able to range over here. So Mangonel has 7 range. Crossbows, these now have 9 range. And the longbows have 9 range. I always thought longbows had more range than the crossbows. Maybe it's elite longbows.
Ready.
But just that extra range though makes a difference. It really does. An extra 2 range, especially against Mangonels that are so slow moving. He's going this way. I don't know if he's just like running away or if he thinks I have something over there. I just got ballistics too, which is usually I'd want to get ballistics earlier, but I mean that'll help. But I have a significant build lead though, 78 to 62. I've kind of neutralized what he had going on in the frontier. Kind of feel good about being able to push out a little bit. He's doing another donjon. That's gonna range my stone. So I mean he's still, you know, all this time he's still attacking the front of my base and I'm just defending. Which is like the story of this game basically. I have another town center over here. That's 4 town centers for me. It's so funny, I never noticed this, that they were taking this stone so far away, so inefficiently. Now I'm getting a little bit of a mass here. And these longbows and crossbows, they can do enough damage to the mangonel. Look at that. Now I don't outrange the donjon. That has 10 range. These guys have 9 range. So I could probably do a little, like if I really wanted to do that, I could probably do something. But I mean, you know, it's just not enough damage. It's not worth it. And I think I'm just kind of exploring out here. I just want to see what he has. He's sending some more villagers forward. I'm at 102 pop. He's at 76 pop. I'm up 20 villagers on him. I'm at 89 villagers. I see this castle going up. I lose those archers, but I feel pretty good about it. I feel like at this point, I feel like it's a race to Imperial Age because I see that he's putting the castle forward. So, in my experience, games like this, whoever gets to Imperial and gets trebs out first wins. Because the castles are doing so much work for me. They're protecting my base so much. If I don't have them, then there's just no level of defense that I have. He's still got a nice little boom going in the back, but he's down 20 villagers. I put him in the town center. Those villagers don't have to walk. Now they're just standing around doing nothing. Another town center over here. I think I'm on like 6 town centers right now. There's so much stone on all these little corners of the map that, you know, you can just kind of pack up stone pretty easily. So he gets to Imperial before I do. I'm still on the way up. So Imperial takes like 2.5 minutes, I think. So if he starts banging out trebs in his castle, but I don't know if he... So you'll see I'm researching, I guess, masonry. That gives you extra armor on your buildings. Because I know the trebs are coming. And I know if I can just keep these castles alive, I'll have a much better chance. But yeah, this map is definitely something you got to pay attention to how far your villagers are walking, because there's so little resources around all these things, but there's so many of them that they just walk. They're not that close to each other. But I noticed these guys, and I pull them back here. I'm at 100 villagers. I mean, I am not resting production on villagers, except I'm housed right now.
Mandatum.
Alright, so he has his treb out. He just has one, and it looks like he's waiting for another one. Meanwhile, I'm still not in Imperial yet, but I'm looking at my resources, and I have 600 wood and 800 gold. And I'm not overbuilding any military because I want to get that. Those trebs are more important than military for me right now. Because as long as I have the castles to protect, I mean, the skirmishers can't get in too close. Alright, so he has 2 trebs. He has 1 attacking, the other one is a little idle right now. There it goes. Now, I did do this on Warwolf Wednesday, so you know I want to get Warwolf. But Warwolf's expensive. I think it's like 700 food.
Yay.
But these longbows might be able to do some damage to Treb. So I have 4 trebs in queue right now. Now his skirmishers go a little too far. I'm repairing this on the back of it. Repairing the castle on the back of it. Alright, so I have my trebs out. And instead of attacking his castle, I'm attacking his trebs. He only has 2. I don't see a third one. Only 2 have come out. There's a third one right there. I'm up to 118 villagers to his 82. I have 3 trebs. I took out one of his. Now, these horses complete. I didn't know if I did this on purpose, but putting these trebs right between the fire of the 2 castles was kind of smart, because at least the castles can shoot all of them. And I have another treb out. And I repaired this castle all the way to the top. I have 3 trebs on him. He's also, I was gonna say stacking up, but it looks like this one moved out. He wants to wait until he has more, I think. I remember at this point, I remember saying, I'm gonna win this game. It never felt like I was gonna win this game. It always felt like he had so much pressure on me. And even though I got to imp like 2 minutes later, I think having the 2 castles and having, you know, just the resources ready to make trebs right away was key. It was very key. I had 130 villagers. scouts running through here. I'm not sure I'm trying to loot them. I think they're just on aggressive stance and just fighting. Now my resources are looking good though. 137 villagers. But like, how much military? I have 11 military. Now he's forced to repair his castle. And I can bring my treb back far enough that these skirmishers that are trying to kill it are all going to die to the castle and the crossbows. So these are arbalests now. These are arbalests with 10 range. So I got the castle tech. I'm getting the second, was it architecture? To give more protection for the castles. This castle's almost all the way repaired. Backside, still on, I guess, 6 town centers maybe. I'm at 170 pop, 151 villagers, 19 military. Insane. He's at 87 villagers, which is like a normal amount of villagers. You know, it's really only because of the Britain town center, cheaper town centers. They're half the wood cost. These guys do not outrange this, but they think they do. Well, yeah, this is 11, this is 10. 11 range. Man, Donjon have crazy range, huh? And my castle has 11 range, but on Britain I have the extra range from castles. His castle has 11 range. WJ's has 16 range. Now I'm getting a nice little arbalest mass coming out. Fully upgraded arbalests. This castle, I think, was a bit ambitious for him. Because one, I can come in with the arbalest and I can range those villagers. Two, he knows I have trebs. Oh, that's Warwolf coming in. Alright, Warwolf just finished. So Warwolf gives you splash damage on your trebuchets. I only have one trebuchet, but it has splash damage. Yeah, I'm not sure this castle, it doesn't do a whole lot more for him. He probably would have been better off building a castle like on the side, like if he's raiding over here, which I noticed, and I bring my arbalest over. But, you know, maybe put a castle on the side instead of right in the front there. You know, that castle just doesn't really protect enough. Like, it just protects this castle. But that castle, you know, is protecting itself by being a castle. But I don't have any trebuchets out, but I have Warwolf, so as soon as I get trebuchets, but the range on these arbalest, look how far they're moving. That's like treb distance right there. Alright, now I got a Warwolf treb out. The Warwolf treb, if I target his trebuchets, it should do splash damage. Yeah, see that? It hits both of them. Instead of just hitting one, it hits both of them. So the Warwolf trebs are just, they're not even hitting the shot. They're missing the shot, but they're hitting both of them. So I don't think it matters too much against castles because you're going to hit the castle every time. But against trebuchets, and even against like that villagers with the hit. Now I got a nice little mass going. Werewolf trebs are like, I mean, that's why I do Werewolf Wednesday. Because I want the Werewolf trebs. When you can use them, you can use them. About 140 villagers. He's been kind of raiding in the back a little bit. Here and there. He's all on the sides. The only difference is he didn't build town centers. He built mining camps and lumber camp over here. I just built town centers everywhere. Nice thing about extra town centers too is when you get raided and you lose, 20 villagers, and sometimes if you don't have the town centers, it takes too long to rebuild them. But when you have the town centers, you just rebuild them right away. Now I'm taking out this donjon. This donjon's preventing me from getting these goals. Now Arbalest at this point, I mean, skirmishers are not strong enough to deal with Arbalest at this point.
Donjon, ready.
Arbalest doing 10 attack and has 4 pierce armor. Skirmishers I can find a lot more live on. They're doing 6 attack and they have 6 pierce armor. So the Arbalest, they're just too strong. They outrange them so much. Especially, like, I have the Arbalest sitting back here, right? So their range is 8, my range is 10.
Yay.
So 2 tiles before they can shoot me, I'm already taking shots. And
Donjon.
I'm doing so much damage that they just die if you don't have enough massive. Like, skirmishers are great counters early, but later on, once you get the Arbalists up, it's tough. Yeah, I'm still producing Arbalists on the back of this, still producing the Trebs on the back of this. I'm just now researching siege engineers, giving more attack on the trebuchets. So Warwolf Trebs doing splash damage plus siege engineers, giving them more attack. These Arbalists.
Ready.
I love them. I'll shoot the castle. Why not? He's moving back. I still haven't touched his economy though. I'm at 140 vills. He's at 98. Now he's got a raid coming in the back here. I tried to raid a couple of times. I don't know if I was very successful. I raided just enough earlier on. Look how far away these Arbalists are shooting the scout. I mean, that's insane. Of course I need another town center there. Well, I have 6 town centers, and you can have 7. What did I say? I probably have more. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's another one somewhere. Oh, 7. 8. I mean, you can never have enough town centers, I say. Especially when you already have 125 villagers. Why not build 2 more town centers? But I mean, they do the job. They do the job you need them to do. I have at one point in this game I had, I think, 50 vills on wood, and I was still running out of wood. The trebuchets and Arbalists are just so expensive. But now I'm getting the population lead. He's down to 120 pop. I'm at 185. And I'm just pushing down through the middle. These Arbalists, they're just too strong at this point.
Yay. Ready. Donjon.
I mean, look, you don't see Arbalists taking down trebuchets as fast as, like, Nightwood. Nice. G to the G. Great game by Oceolocuahutil. I mean, fantastic game, really. He put so much pressure on me early. I don't think he plays Sicilians a whole bunch, and I think he just wanted to kind of mess around. If he had, like, his Civ, like whatever he feels most comfortable with, I think that's he's a much better player. But the way to defend that Sicilian rush, though, is basically just what I did. Just don't let them snowball. He built one. He built one in the front, and then he tried to build another one. I just wouldn't let him build another one. And then when he got too close, I broke it down. But my dogs are barking. I got to go get them quiet. So it's been great. I'm going to put up more vids as they come. Check me out on Twitch if you're not following. It's not A Theist. And thanks for watching. See ya.